Hi peeps, it's Tersse back on the old spot box again. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty fucking sick of news stations bringing on some politician from the area where the most recent gun massacre has occurred, and then asking them how they think it's affected their community, and then that politician go on to say, well, obviously it's had a devastating effect on the people who are involved and who have lost loved ones. Yeah, we all fucking know that. Nice way to state the fucking obvious, Mr. Obvious Stater. But what I don't get is why these fucking TV shows aren't calling to book the fucking politicians who have voted against gun regulations, gun safety laws. It's not take the gun away from the fucking mad gun owner. It's gun safety fucking laws, you know. That's what we're looking for. We want you to have your guns. We just want the rest of us to be safe with you having your fucking guns, you know what I mean? I just don't get it. I mean, chemists sell dangerous drugs. They sell heroin, you know what I mean? Okay, they have a certain amount of heroin and cocaine and other serious drugs, you know, and in the back room of their shop, but they sort of keep them under lock and key. They've got a fucking register where they have to, you know, write down every gram of that drug they use when they use it in a pill. And at night, when they lock the shop up and go home, they have to make sure that those drugs are locked up in a secure fucking vault. Some of them even use safes. It's not just like a metal cabinet with a lock on it. You know what I mean? Some of them actually use safes so that they can't be robbed at night when they're at home and those drugs stolen. And yet, gun owners seem to think it's fucking perfectly fine to, well, now that I'm able to own a gun, I've got a license for it, I can just leave it under my mattress or in a drawer next to my bed, where my 10-year-old kid or his fucktardy, you know, psychotic friend might find it and decide it's a good idea to go and rob the drugstore for some fucking chewing gum. Or my 17-year-old mentally challenged son might think it's a good idea to steal it from my, you know, bed drawer and go and shoot a couple of people who have called him a weirdo in school. Yeah, that's perfectly okay. You know, I mean, that gun obviously isn't as dangerous as the small amount of drugs that my pharmacist has locked in a safe, so I can just leave mine lying about the house, you know what I mean? And see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about regulations to take your guns away. We're talking about regulations to make owning a gun safe. Because, you know, some fathers have been shot by their sons with their own gun. Now, I'm not saying that you're smacking your son about, but you don't need to smack your son about. Not to make him, if he can get his hands on your gun, take that gun and shoot you. We all know that it's unfortunate, but some people haven't got the mental capability of living in the normal world. And they don't like being told what to do. Even if you know as a parent what you're telling them is good for them, some kids don't see it that way. They just see it as, you're just telling me what to do, Dad. And the next time I see you sleep on your fucking couch, I'm going to get your gun out of the drawer and shoot you in the fucking head. These things fucking happen. That's why I think 60%, I think it's 47. Yeah, I think that's the problem. That's 47 of all gun deaths in America are family members shooting each other. 47%. That's a devastatingly high amount of fucktarded, oh shit, I wish I didn't own a gun sort of facts, you know. So I'm just saying, man, isn't it time that you stopped thinking that, you know, gun regulation means take your guns off you? No, we're just saying make guns safe. We keep talking about keeping bleach away from kids, so you don't store it in cupboards on the floor in your kitchen. You put your bleach in cupboards above the reach of the kids, and yet you have guns lying about that your kids can reach. You have guns in drawers next to your bedroom, you know, in your bedroom table, where your kids, when you're not there, can open the drawer and find it. You know, and I'm thinking that's just ludicrous. We're not saying you can't have guns. We're just saying, please, let's make owning guns a much safer proposition for the whole family of the person who owns a gun. We all know your fear is that someone's going to kick your door down and run in and rape your wife and eat your children and kill you. Probably that's not going to happen. Statistically, you're more likely to shoot yourself or somebody you love while cleaning the gun because you forgot there's a bullet in the chamber or in the spout or whatever, you know. I don't know, people keep saying, I would never do that, but everybody who's done that has said, I would never do that, you know. Human beings, we're fallible, we're not God. We make fucking mistakes. And the more shit you can take out of our control so that we don't make the mistake of fucking up on it, the better, you know. That's why it's normally better to have an organisation do something than one person. And then again, some things need one person to do and not an organisation, which is why you have one president, but you have a Senate and a House, you know what I mean? Certain things should be done by groups of people and certain things should be done by individuals. Guaranteeing your gun is safe is not a thing an individual should be in charge of. It should be a group idea. If you own a gun or want to own a gun, you should discuss it with your family. You should make sure your family understand that the gun is in the house, and you should make sure they know the only person to touch that is the person who's licensed to touch it. It should be as plain and open in your house that there is guns about, but not where they're kept. But it should be known that the person who is licensed to own them is the only person who's licensed to touch them. These are regulations and, well, household regulations that I would hold as a person with a gun in my household. I also don't think that you need to have a machine gun, a bazooka, or even a fucking, you know, a semi-automatic pistol. I don't see that as being, you know, easier, better to use, or more successful in defending my home, you know. Basically, I think a baseball bat, a machete, and perhaps a 5 or 6 shooter revolver. That would be good enough. I don't need to have an assault fucking rifle, you know. Or several assault rifles, or several semi-automatic weapons. One would be enough. One gun would be enough, you know. But I still do think that if the price of the freedom of owning guns is the lives of our children, I think that price is too high. Honestly, if you think it's fine for you to own guns and have no restriction on the guns and how many you can have or anything, you think the price for you to have that is the deaths every 3 to 6 months of 8, 10, 20 or 30 people, if you think that's the price that America has to pay for you to have the freedom to own that gun, or the cupboard of guns you've got, I think you've missed the whole point of the Second Amendment. I think you've missed the whole point of the Constitution. I think you've missed the whole point of living in a society. You missed the whole point of kicking English out. You missed the whole point of forming a country called the United States of America. You've absolutely lost the plot, and you've no idea what it is that you're arguing about now. If you think that the price that needs to be paid is the lives of your children, your neighbours' children, for you to have that freedom, then it's not a freedom. It's not a freedom. Think about it. You're enforcing your ideas on the rest of the world at the point of their death. They are paying for your freedom with their lives. And you're the one saying that you're being persecuted. You betcha. Yeah. Your life is being infringed upon. Your liberties, your freedom is being infringed upon if you're not able to allow people to walk into school and shoot 20, 5 and 6 year old kids. That's what you're saying. That's the price you're willing to pay. 2 classrooms every 3 months of 5 or 6 year old kids. And you're willing to sit back and say, I defend my right to have my guns. I defend my right to have these guns to the point of never talking about gun safety. Because gun safety leads to, what? Taking our guns away from us. I don't remember the founding fathers saying anything about cannons or bazookas. They said guns. You're entitled to own a gun. Don't remember them saying that you're entitled to own a machine gun, or a semi-automatic pistol, or an assault rifle. I don't remember any of these words in the Constitution. You might say, yeah, well, they didn't know about the technology, and that's what I say is exactly. And if they had known the technology was going to end up with the weapons we had today, I don't think they would have instigated the Second Amendment. I think they would have fought against the Second Amendment. Many of your founding fathers were against the idea of the military fucking, industrial complex controlling the roads. I think this is exactly what they meant. Giving you too much rope. And now our society is enthralled to the gun. And unfortunately, we now see the result of that. Murder and mayhem across America every 2, 3, 4 months. Multiple murders by a single individual. Whereas if you had stuck to the Constitution and read it as it was written, you're entitled to own not a gun, but a musket. I don't see very many drive-by shootings killing 17 or 13 or 18 people if you're finding a musket out of the fucking door of a car. It's no need to go to, there's no drive-by knifings, there's just no drive-by musket shootings that kills more than, or injures more than maybe one person. And how many people could that guy have injured going into a school with 2 muskets on his hip, 2 musket pistols and a musket rifle? They would have to reload and maybe get, what, 3 shots off a minute? Yeah, if you actually had decided in America to keep it to every person's allowed to own a musket, yeah, I think you would have seen a lower death rate in America than the rest of the Western world. But having said that, I suppose we can't go back to muskets, but we can certainly limit the amount of automatic and semi-automatic weapons that are in the world, especially America. We can certainly limit the amount of illegal weapons that are owned in America. I'm just saying, you know, if we had a conversation about the problems America faces with gun safety and gun violence and the violent culture we have, and I'm not talking about people shooting each other in war movies or kids playing war games. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that the fucking bravado macho bullshit that, you know, every man's not a man if he's not got a gun. A man's not a man if he doesn't stand up and punch somebody in the face if they, you know, talk smack to them. This is what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Well, imagine a Scotsman who likes going out and punching people in the face over Saturday night, turning and saying America's a far too violent society. yeah, it's funny and it's sad as well, because you are a far too violent society. At least when I go out and punch people in the face, they can punch me back, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to pull out a solid steel spring-loaded fist and smash their skull to bits, you know what I mean? It's like, it's me, it's my weak old arms punching in the face, and usually they're young arms punching me in the face, you know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of the time, you know, and none of there's more than one against me, but it's not like I'm pulling out my machine gun and shooting them. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll fucking fight you. It's, yeah, as men will be violent, predisposed to it, which is why we should be allowed to carry guns about. As soon as you think you've got I've got a fucking, you know, an upgrade, I've got a bonus against you just giving me smack, I put my gun out and I don't have to punch you and shoot you, and I don't have to worry about maybe getting a broken nose or losing a tooth. But me being a Scotsman, that's the whole point. If there's no threat of getting a broken nose or a bust lip or losing a tooth, then there's no fun in the fight. But you're American, you don't even want to challenge each other physically. You want to shoot people with fucking long range rifles and snipe or fucking shoot each other from fucking half a mile away, for fuck's sake. You don't even want to talk smack to each other, you just want to shoot strangers from fucking, you know, 1,000 fucking metres away, you know. What kind of world is that? You can't even stand face to face, toe to toe, and headbutt each other and punch each other in the fucking face, and then sit down afterwards and have a drink and laugh about it, you know what I mean? That's the point. It's the people I fight when I end up drinking me later and having a laugh about it, because we understand what it's about. It's about being men. It's not about winning. It's not about killing people. It's about the challenge, it's about the competition, and it's about the failures, and it's about the successes. You discuss both. Oh, I won that fight the other week. Oh, I lost that fight that week. Oh, that was fucking terrible, wasn't it? It's all about that. It's about the smack. You know what I mean? The only reason I lost because you fucking poked me in with your big nose, you cunt. You know, it's all that. It's a bit of fun. You know? I'd have got it if you hadn't chipped over my fucking beard and fell on my face and knocked myself out. It's all that shit. It's fun. You fights. But you don't go out there to murder people. You can only do that in a society that believes that guns are worth more than children's lives. And I've got to say that again. You can only have that sort of continuous fucktardedness in a country that believes that the right to have a gun is more important than the lives of your children. And that's you, America. That's you. The right to own that fucking crappy bit of metal. That shitty bit of fucking pustule of fucking metal, you know what I mean? That's more important than the lives of your children. Think about that. Think about that. A crappy bit of fucking metal you can hold in your hand is more important than the very lives of your children. I think that's sad. That is so sad. I hardly have the words to express it. But all I can say is it's fucktarded. It's as fucktarded as the Christianity. It's as fucktarded as the fucking religious idiots who dragged into 2 fucking wars over the last fucking 20 years, you know what I mean? And don't give a shit whether you pay for fucking poor people, unemployed people, pensioners, as long as the rich get their fucking $100,000 a fucking year tax break, they don't give a shit. They're the same people who turn and say, yeah, owning a gun is more important than the lives of our kids. That's the way most of Europe and most of the rest of the Western world sees America. That's the way we see you. You don't give a fuck about your own kids. A lump of cold steel is more important than the beating heart of your children. Think about that, America. What's wrong with you fucking fan, motherfuckers? You're very sad people, man. A race of very sad people. Sadly, I'm ashamed to say that he's a descendant from us. You laugh at Europe. We cry when we think of America today.